of those catches was better, but
that last one had to feel pretty special. You came here to make that catch, right? So maybe just kind of take us through the play and kind of what you're feeling right now.
Yeah, I think it's a real moment for me. You know, just being with the guys. You know, I got here in January, and just hearing about all the hardship that this team went through last year. You know, and just being in that position, you know, to go make that play, it was surreal. I'm just so happy for my teammates, happy for my coaches, and happy for this fan base.
Brenen, at Media Days, we talked a little bit about your faith and how important that is to you, and I saw you post game with your wife praying. Can you tell me a little bit about what a game like this means, incorporating your faith as well?
Yeah, you know, I like to pray before and after every game. You know, win or loss, you know, we give all the glory to Him, and so you know that's just kind of where that comes from. Yeah, I'm just blessed. Beyond blessed.
Brenen, you came from Oklahoma, you followed Jeff Levy. When we talked to you at SC Media Days that you want to end your college career kind of with the coach that recruited you to start, have a moment like this, you know, what's going through your head? What are the emotions going in as you're running in the end zone?
Really a lot. You know, I could just hear the cowbells ringing so loud. I was like, man, I couldn't get across that goal line fast enough. You know, when I did get across the goal line, I said, man, what a surreal moment for my teammates, for me, for this fan base, like I said, you know, and so it was just a surreal moment.
Brenen, I know you've always been confident about your speed and what you possess offensively. You had to step on the defender most of the night. What did you see from that matchup today, and how were you able to exploit it, other than maybe just the pure speed?
Yeah, you know, obviously there's a lot of film, a lot of preparation that goes into that. You know, and ultimately it's just going out there and doing my job, winning my one-on-one. You know, I feel like I did that tonight.
Obviously, to produce like that in the last minute, you guys had to have confidence when you went out there. But talk about the confidence of this team building up in practice all week. What was that scene like?
You know, we run the 2-minute drill every single week in practice. You know, it really started with the defense on a goal line stop like that. Without that, you know, I'm not in that position to go make the game-winning touchdown. You know, so I think it starts there, and then ultimately, you know, we go 2-minute every single week in practice. So it's just executing. You know, none of the guys panicked, none of the guys freaked out. We knew what we had to go do, and we got it done.
Brenen, your Coach Levy said on the lining up for that last touchdown play, he felt pretty good that it was going to be a big play. He wasn't quite sure it was going to be what it ended up being. Was there a moment leading up to making that catch that you thought, oh yeah, this is mine?
You know, I got the play in. You know, I knew what I had to do. You know, I looked up at the clock, looked at the backfield. You know, seen the secondary, what covers they were in. It was just, man, at that point, it was just, you know, keeping my feet, you know, and just trusting the process, trusting Blake, trusting my teammates around me to do what they had to do done, you know, so I could get open ultimately, and then just catching it and then just running as fast as I can to that end zone.
Brenen, you put some explosive plays on tape in 2 weeks, and in the weeks ahead, 0 is going to be near the top of every scouting report of every team that you guys play. So how do you, in making these explosive plays, how do you feel like that's going to open up opportunities for some of your teammates?
I think it helps everybody. I think it helps, you know, my other wide receivers that are around me. I think it helps the running game. You know, I think ultimately it helps this team. Like, we need someone to go do that. I'm the guy for that, and ultimately just doing everything I can, you know, in my power to help this team win with whatever that is, whether that's taking the top off the defense, whether that's, you know, catching the screen, going to score, whatever, blocking, you know, down the field, whatever that looks like, you know, I'm here to do it. That's why I'm right here.
Brenen, you were brought in here to kind of turn things around, help turn things around for this team after what happened last year. What does this win do for this program, you think? What does it say about the direction you guys are going?
Yeah, I just think it, you know, it's a testament to our quit. We don't quit. You know, no matter what happened last year, this team's going to continue to fight. This team's going to continue to show why we belong. You know, we're just going to change the program step by step, day by day, game by game. We're just going to keep pushing forward.
All right, thanks,